privilege to introduce you a piece of iconic furniture. This is the first time I use PowerPoint and first time to learn how to use PowerPoint and first time do a presentation. So a bit nervous, but I will try my best. So guess what I'm going to introduce you tonight? Something related to a chicken. Do you want a hint?
Yes. Eggs. Oh yeah.
The wishbone from the chicken. Do you know what piece of furniture it will be? Anyone have an idea?
Chair.
Chair.
Yeah.
Oh, make a wish. The wishbone chair. Designer is Hans J. Wagner. Who is I want to, that's the chair. And who is Hans J. Wagner? He's one of the most famous chair designer in the world. He was born in 1914 in southern Denmark. He started to learn how to make cabinets when he was 14 years old, which is very young. And with the years of his experience and talent, he became the master of Danish chair designer. Over the years of his life, he designed more than 500 pieces of chairs, combining his design focus on functional and craftsmanship, combining both comfort and practical aspects. He liked to use wood in his chair and had a special talent of using different materials and different characters of materials and create the curved lines to support the human body perfectly and comfortably. The wishbone chair, made in 1949, one of the most recognizable chairs of the 20th, but arguably some people agree, some people disagree, in the 21st century as well. His inspiration. When I start to pick up the iconic furniture, there are a few choices. And then after I read through this piece of furniture, oh, the history is from Ming Dynasty, which is something related to my background. So I'm a bit into it. And that chair is made in the 14th century, which in Ming Dynasty. But it's a folding chair, like the bottom, you can fold it, and the curved back. So in 1940s, Wagner saw a picture of a tradesman sitting on this Ming Dynasty chair, and he was inspired, like that piece of chair, just like art. So he got inspired and he started to design his own chair. And Ming Dynasty, before I didn't know at all, and after I learned this, I started to be interested in like the history of furniture making. So Ming Dynasty in China, it's a golden age in Chinese history for furniture design, golden age. So they like to use joinery instead of nails and screws. They just use joineries, which is very craftsmanship. And they use curved timber, like this curving timber. And another character is adding nature elements, all nature, like the seats, I think some nature materials. So Wagner started his own design in his chair. He merged with typical Scandinavian elements into his design. After spent a year on his design. In 1947, at the Copenhagen Cabinet Maker Guide exhibition, his design was noticeable by Danish manufacturer Carl Hansen and Son, who in 1949 first produced that chair, named the Wishbone chair, also known as CH24. Unlike many other designs which experienced rise and falls during the years, Wagner's Wishbone chair has been in production, very constant production for over 70 years, which is very impressive. The design, as self-described by Wagner, it's simplification and purification. That's something, some elements which really capture me. So I did a comparison of traditional chair with the Wishbone chair. So traditional chair mostly use mahogany, which are big chunk piece of wood. But Wishbone chair, he chose to use light, small pieces of either ash, beech, oak, walnut, mahogany materials. And the additional traditional chair has very heavy back and armrest, while Wishbone chair has light, Y-shape, wishbone shape back and curved. The traditional one has straight lines, very straight, and his has curved lines. The traditional has solid seat, and his using pliable paper cord woven into a seat. So this is and that pliable cord, paper cord, which is very durable, which can last for 50 years. If you're sitting on it every day, can last for 50 years. Although the chair didn't initially gain attention in Denmark and was even referred to a garden chair because it's very light, and people there didn't still like traditional one, not the Wagner's design. But it was very popular in California and Germany with the warmer climate. And after a few years, the Danish people start to love it. Yeah. And interestingly, I read some article says Japan is the second largest market for Wishbone chair. It accounts for a quarter of its annual sale. I don't know why, but maybe it meets their natural character, which Japanese people like to pursue. Yeah. So the Japanese, it was so popular there that an entire book described of that chair has been published in the Japanese language. The manufacturing process. While many mid-century modernists sought to create design that could be easily mass-produced, Wagner's Wishbone was the opposite, with most of these done by hand, and it takes over 100 steps to make it. And the process takes 3 weeks of chiseling, carving, sanding, shaping, curing the solid frame before it can begin to be assembled. It contains of 14 pieces, small pieces of wood. And more than 120 meters of paper cord is woven into geometric scene. And in 1990s, the height of the Wishbone chair was increased by 2 centimeters. That's something interesting I know from, because the population, we grow higher to increase the height of population. But Japanese market the products provided to Japan, they don't increase the height. Yeah, it's interesting. So let's watch a short video of the manufacturing process. Is there sound? Maybe. Yeah, there is some, but
It doesn't shout. It speaks for itself. Of every day. Maybe contentment. The wishbone chair remains true to Hans J. Wegener's 1949 drawings, and feels as modern today as it did half a century ago. Over 100 steps are carried out by hand by skilled craftspeople to make this classic come alive. Robust wood and a hand-woven paper cord seat, pure and simple, and now regarded as one of the most beautifully designed pieces of furniture ever made. The frame is available in several varieties of wood and colors, from bold greens to soothing creams. The soap and oil finishes in particular highlight the raw beauty of the wood's grain and structure. Sometimes you just crave a classic.
okay. If you want to buy a new authentic wishbone chair, you can go to the Carl Hansen Sons website, and there are some dealers on their website. And also you can purchase from licensed retailer, Design Within Reach or Hive Modern, etc. And the authentic chair prices are from $600 to $1,000 varies. And if you want to buy a vintage chair, you can go to this website, and always you can feel free to ask seller of the additional information of or the photographs. If you want to buy a replica, you can go to this website. Replica chair price is $150 to $250. Wegener's other designs, he has designed more than 500 chairs in his life, such as Wegener wing chair and Wegener chair chair are internationally recognized classics. This is the Wegener shell chair made in 1963, also known as smiling chair. It's renowned for its floating lightness, wing-like lines, arching curves, 3 legs. And the other one is Wegener wing chair made in 1960. This is one of Wegener's most comfortable chairs, which excellently support the head, neck, shoulder, and back. So it's a very comfortable one. Next is why do I think this design considered iconic? I list 5 reasons. First is his design is timeless, lasts many decades, till now still fashionable and popular. Second is the design cues are recognizable, curved lines, lightweight, and organic material used, comfortable and ergonomic. The third is he respects handcrafts. I like handcrafts a lot because yeah, like machine can't do the same. Yeah, just handcrafted. And paper cord seat is his unique invention. I didn't read any other designers who've used the paper cord. is his very unique one, and can be widely used in different styles of home and commercial purpose. When in black, it suits industrial and rustic design home. When it's in natural color, it matches Scandinavian and Bohemian style. And when it's red, it's just classic. It meets every aspect of minimalism and modernism. And yeah, like these days, a lot of interior designer, they just styling, when do styling, they choose this chair because in different color meets different style. Very easy. So that's my presentation. Let's get inspired by chicken. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Rosa. I cannot believe that this is the first time we've used PowerPoint.
Nervous,
I'm sure
heart
it's
beat
been
quickly.
I'm sure it's been a really big learning curve, and doing all of some of the things that you showed over there, the arrows coming up and all of that. It's really good that you've learned how to do
Overwhelmed
that.
me.
I like how you've managed to find that, the information about the Ming Dynasty, and that obviously has, interested you as well, because you're from China as well. Yeah, so that was really good. Always great to find a personal connection with something. The comparison photos that you showed, that was really good. With these sort of presentations in architecture, interior, we want to show a lot of graphics, a lot of images, a lot of, because that's what your viewers will be gravitating towards. So that was great. How you highlighted where the wishbone is on the chair, showing us that's really good. The woven material and, the actual material comes up, so that's really great as well. Telling us at the end that this was his, the paper cord thing was his unique design element. Really good to know. We also learned, and you also learned in this research, and us from, hearing this from you, that different places will gravitate towards different designs. Something might not work or be loved in one place, for example, Denmark in this case, whereas it was loved in, places with warmer climates. So if anyone ever goes on to design a product and it is not well received, it could just be your audience or, the place that you're, selling to or marketing it to. Showing us the manufacturing process, how it has evolved as well with, with the population changes, with, all of that. Whereas in